Good evening from London. It's a nice autumn evening here in London, and hello to all dear comrades, friends, and supporters from me, Dr. Dermot Hudson, the chairman of the British Group for the Study of the Juche idea, chairman of the Korean Friendship Association of the UK, and the official delegate of KFA for the UK. And of course, the owner of this very self-same channel, Songam 007, the militant voice of Songam and Juche in the UK, defending people's career with no ifs or buts, and if I dare say, probably the only 100% pro-DPRK, pro-Juche YouTube channel in the UK. And I'm just making this video tonight before the light fades, because the evenings are getting in here in the UK, making this video as a standalone video about the recent speech of respected Marshal Kim Jong Un to the 13th session of the 14th term Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK. And I'm making this as a standalone video rather than incorporating into the live stream tomorrow, because I think this is a very important subject. In his speech, respected Marshal Kim Jong Un touched on the very important question of the changes in the DPRK's reunification policy and its stance towards South Korea, or the ROK. And he also talked about the question of the DPRK's nuclear weapons. So I thought it'd be useful to just make a short video about the speech. So here we are. Respected Marshal Kim Jong Un, the General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea and President of the State Affairs of the DPRK, addressed the 13th session of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK. Now, that is the highest organ of power, the legislative organ of the DPRK, on the 21st of September. The speech of respected Marshal Kim Jong Un was extremely important and of great significance. It was not only made at a crucial juncture in time, but it clarified the basic policy of People's Korea on a number of significant issues and gave a comprehensive overview of the tasks required for advancing socialist construction at this time in People's Korea. In his speech, respected Marshal Kim Jong Un reviewed the achievements of the past 9 months, such as the spectacular progress made in housing construction. He said that they were inspiring achievements. He also said that the DPRK had celebrated the 80th anniversary of national liberation, Victory Day, and the 77th anniversary of the foundation of the DPRK in an atmosphere of respect, which demonstrated the dignity and prestige of the DPRK. He outlined detailed and comprehensive tasks for the economy, public health, legal affairs, and defence. He also paid tribute to the heroic internationalist martyrs of the Korean People's Army who had taken part in the operation for the liberation of Kursk in the Russian Federation. Turning to the questions of the DPRK's international relations and the issue of the nuclear deterrent, respected Comrade Kim Jong Un declared We will never lay down our nukes, end of quote. And that, and I quote, there will be no negotiations, and never at that, with our enemy states to exchange something with them, obsessed with trying to get free from their sanctions, end quotation. Marshal Kim Jong Un understands very well that the US wants to disarm the DPRK in order to overthrow the socialist system of the DPRK and occupy and colonize the DPRK. On the issue of relations with the Republic of Korea, or ROK, respected Marshal Kim Jong Un provided a detailed and in-depth explanation as to why the DPRK dropped the policy of reunification at the end of 2023. It is actually impossible for the DPRK to reunify with South Korea because, as respected Marshal Kim Jong Un correctly and rightfully points out, and I quote, the ROK is a deformed entity with hemiplegia and a colonial tributary whose all fields have been Americanized, a foreign country that has thoroughly become heterogeneous. It is a matter of course that as water and fire cannot fuse into one, the independent politics and the sycophantic and treacherous politics cannot concur. The independent defense and subordinate defense cannot merge with each other. The self-reliant economy and the colonial contract economy cannot combine. And the socialist culture and the Yankee culture cannot go together, end of quotation. And I was very impressed actually reading this. It's absolutely true, and it's what I think. It's also brilliant analysis of the ROK, which is indeed a deformed, dependent colonial entity, an artificial creation, basically. It is impossible to merge the DPRK's independent, Juche-based, self-reliant socialist system with the neo-colonial, dependent, corrupt capitalist system in the South. And indeed, I think to try and do such a thing would be a disaster and a crime. This is an absolutely correct line and smashes those who want to restore capitalism in the DPRK by means of the so-called sunshine policy. Concluding his speech, respected Marshal Kim Jong Un pledged that the DPRK will remain firmly on the road to socialism, saying that, and I quote, our party and government have no right to give up socialism which our people have chosen and trust and propel by themselves, and which they regard as a truth and treasure more than their lives. They are duty bound to develop it in their own way and lead it to attain a succession of great victories. There will be no change and deviation in the political platform of our party and government, and we will surely defend and advance socialism which embodies our people's aspirations and ideals, thus promoting the great prosperity of our state and ensuring the internal well-being of our people. End of quotation. This is an affirmation of the DPRK's basic principles and deals a telling blow against those who want to force the DPRK into giving up its socialist system. And indeed, to me, my own personal opinion, it actually echoes what Chairman Kim Jong Un said back in 1994. Expect no change from me. So I think it's good if we all make a very deep study of this excellent speech of respected Marshal Kim Jong Un. Thank you for listening and being with me today. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. Please share content from the channel. YouTube is trying to suppress the channel and has been fiddling with the viewing statistics, etc. So it's very important to tell as many people as you can about the channel and get people to know about the channel. It's important to support our activities. We're planning a film night next week on the 30th. We're hoping to have a real life meeting on the 18th of October. And we will plan a number of other activities which will be announced on our social media. You can also read many books about the DPRK, authored by myself, but also by others in KFA UK and collectively written. There'll be a link in the description. And lastly, you can support our work by donating money either to KFA UK or myself. Again, there'll be links in the descriptions. And lastly, I will have a live stream tomorrow. I hope you will join me for it. Well, tomorrow is Friday, so some people might not see this video until Friday, but the video, the live stream is on Friday 26 at 7 p.m. British time. Hope to see you then. Goodbye and have a good evening.